Right now, as you read this, millions of men are living inside a nightmare they can't even name. They think they're good husbands, good partners, good men. They think sacrifice is virtue, that patience is strength, that endurance is love. But in reality, they are victims of a violence so subtle, so invisible, that by the time they realize what's happening, the damage is done. This isn't weakness. This isn't stupidity. This is warfare, psychological warfare, and it's happening quietly, behind closed doors, every single day. Society tells you a simple story. Men are abusers. Women are victims. Always. No exceptions. But what if that isn't true? What if women commit just as much harm, but use a different weapon? Men use fists. Women use the mind. One leaves bruises on the body. The other leaves scars on the soul. And guess which one the law recognizes? Physical violence is illegal. Psychological violence? Invisible. Unacknowledged. Unpunished. A woman can destroy a man's sanity for decades and still be seen as the good wife. He can cry for help, and no one will believe him. He'll be mocked, dismissed, shamed. This is the hidden world nobody wants to talk about. Today I'm going to pull back the curtain. How it begins. It never starts with rage. It starts with warmth, sweetness, care, connection. She gets you like nobody else. You think you've found your soulmate. That's the hook. And once you're in, the game begins. I've consulted with men at the top of their fields. CEOs, surgeons, engineers. Men who've built fortunes, led companies, saved lives, yet are prisoners in their own homes. One man, 60 years old, built a thriving company, raised a family, paid off the mortgage. Today he lives like a ghost in the house he paid for. His wife hasn't spoken a word to him in 3 years. He eats alone, shops alone, hides in his room until she leaves for work. How did it start? One small concession at a time. She didn't like his friends. They're a bad influence, so he let them go. She didn't like his hobbies. Fishing is childish. He gave that up too. She wanted boundaries with his family. Your mother doesn't like me. He withdrew. Step by step, she isolated him until there was nobody left but her. And once he was completely alone, the mask came off. Now the house is in her name. The mortgage is his. He's trapped in a prison he built with his own hands. Weapons of psychological control. This isn't clumsiness, it's strategy. Here are the weapons of psychological violence. The tactics used to break men without leaving a mark. 1. Guilt as a leash. Everything becomes your fault. She's unhappy? You're not romantic enough. She cheats? You drove her to it. You end up apologizing for crimes you didn't commit, working harder to fix problems that don't exist. 2. Isolation without chains. She never says you can't go out. That would be obvious. Instead, she picks fights every time you try. Soon your friends stop calling. Your hobbies die. Your support network dissolves. Now she's your only source of validation, and she uses it to control you. 3. Public humiliation disguised as humor. She jokes about your salary, your body, your sex life, at dinner parties. If you protest, you're too sensitive. If you stay silent, you die a little inside. She erodes your dignity one joke at a time. 4. Sex as currency. Intimacy becomes a bargaining chip. Obey, and maybe you'll be rewarded. Disobey, and the tap shuts off. You're trained like a dog to chase scraps of affection. 5. Financial manipulation. Not direct theft. Social pressure. Sarah's husband bought her a Tesla. My sister's family goes to Europe every year. You work yourself to death trying to afford her standards. If you can't, you're a failure. If you do, you're never home. You cannot win. 6. Children as hostages. You'll never see your kids again. I'll tell them what you're really like. Knowing the system favors her, she weaponizes your love for your children. You'll endure hell rather than risk losing them. 7. Gaslighting reality. I never said that. You're imagining things. She rewrites history until you question your own memory. You stop trusting yourself. You start believing you're the problem. 8. Emotional terrorism. Suicide threats, panic attacks, meltdowns, precisely timed to your attempts at independence. You become responsible for her emotions. Your life shrinks to managing her crises. 9. Victim reversal. She provokes you for weeks, then captures your one outburst as proof you're the abuser. Police, friends, therapists, they all see her tears and your anger. Game over. 10. Intermittent reinforcement. The most addictive pattern known to psychology. Just enough affection. Just enough sex. Just enough kindness to keep you hooked, followed by withdrawal to keep you desperate. You endure months of abuse for one good day, like a gambler chasing a jackpot that never comes. These are not isolated behaviors. This is a system, the damage. You think you're staying for love. You're staying because you're addicted to hope. Meanwhile, your body is collapsing. You stop going to the gym. You eat whatever's quick. Your testosterone plummets. Your blood pressure spikes. You age a decade in 5 years. Your mind erodes too. You lose focus, creativity, confidence. You become a shadow of the man you once were. And she calls you boring, lazy, unmotivated. And society applauds her while laughing at you. Men's shelters don't exist. Therapists are trained to see you as the problem. If you call the police, they'll laugh until she calls them on you. You are living in a system that doesn't believe male victims exist. The path out. This isn't about hating women. It's about recognizing abuse, no matter who commits it, and reclaiming your life. Here's how. Acknowledge the abuse. You're not crazy. You're being systematically manipulated. The fog in your head is the result of sustained psychological warfare. Document everything. Every incident, every threat, every manipulation. Not for court, for your sanity. Gaslighting only works when there's no record. Rebuild your network quietly. Friends, mentors, people who knew you before. They are your reality check. Secure your finances. Separate account. Savings she doesn't know about. Prepare quietly. When you leave, she will try to destroy you. Accept the cost. Leaving may mean losing your house, your kids, your reputation. But staying means losing yourself. And that is the one thing you cannot afford to lose. The hardest truth. The woman you loved may never have existed. She was a mask, a performance to hook you. The real her is the one who controls, diminishes, and drains you. The good moments weren't the real her. They were the bait. The abuse is the reality. Freedom or servitude. Most men reading this will do nothing. They'll nod, feel a flicker of recognition, then return to their cage. Because leaving is terrifying. Because maybe tomorrow will be better. It won't. A few will recognize this for what it is. Their wake-up call. They'll plan their escape. They'll risk losing everything to regain something priceless. Themselves. You have one life. One chance. Every day you stay is a day you'll never get back. Every day you accept manipulation is a day you've chosen slavery over sovereignty. Bruises heal. Psychological scars last forever. Stop letting fear keep you trapped. Stop letting society shame you into silence. Stop mistaking control for love. You deserve respect. You deserve peace. You deserve freedom. Your life is ticking away. She's counting on you being too scared, too tired, too broken to leave. Prove her wrong.